New developments this morning in the case of Luigi Mangione, who is back in court today, but this time it's federal court. Mangione is accused of assassinating UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson and faces murder and stalking charges filed by federal prosecutors. This comes after a federal grand jury yesterday indicted Mangione on 4 charges. The federal indictment includes 2 counts of stalking, firearms offense, and murder through the use of a firearm, a charge that makes him eligible for the death penalty if convicted. Mangione's legal team had previously asked a judge to stop federal prosecutors from seeking the death penalty against their client, saying the U.S. government, quote, intends to kill Mr. Mangione as a political stunt. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to 11 state charges and is not eligible for the death penalty in New York State. Criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor Joshua Ritter joins us now. Joshua, thank you for joining us on this Friday. There are so many pieces, Joshua, to this case. All of the charges, 2 different states, state and federal charges. Go back and explain in 30 seconds, if you can, the charges and the ones from yesterday. And of course, as we mentioned, he's in federal court today. What is that for?
Right. So first, we have to remember he's already charged in Pennsylvania for when they originally picked him up there. There were weapons charges attendant to that. Then New York State brought their own murder charges for the execution of the CEO. And now the feds have gotten involved because they believe that federal charges are warranted. And so they've, like you outlined, he's been charged with 2 counts of stalking, including stalking across state lines, a weapons charge, which includes the use of a silencer. But really, the most serious charge here is that murder charge with a gun makes him eligible for the death penalty under federal law. So regardless of how the outcome in state court in New York, he could be facing the death penalty if the feds decide to proceed after they allow the state New York case to play out.
All right. Thank you for the update on that. This death penalty conversation, of course, if convicted, this has become a very real scenario for Mangione and his defense team. Talk to us a little bit about what that defense team is doing right now to battle that possibility.
Yeah, the stakes have become much more high in their view. It's far more dire for them because now they believe that they're fighting for their client's life. And you can already see that they've tried to challenge it before the feds brought death penalty eligible charges. Now they're trying to say that they should be removed by a judge because they feel this entire prosecution by the federal government is political. I expect a lot more of this. They're going to view their job moving forward to essentially spare their client's life.
Well, unlike his previous appearances that took place in New York State Supreme Court and could be photographed, Mangione will be in federal court today where photography and video footage is strictly forbidden. I'm guessing the defense is in favor of this, as well as the defense is in favor of his legal defense fund, now $905,000 currently. The support he is receiving, Joshua, monetarily and in the public, how can his defense spin this to make him look as innocent and in a positive light as possible?
It's pretty remarkable. I cannot remember the last time that you saw a kind of a public outpouring for someone accused of murder. But listen, those are funds. If there's no, ill-gotten gains for behind where that money came from, they're allowed to use that in his defense. And I can, already they view this as a bit of a political and PR trial as well. You can see they're making statements. They're freely speaking with the press about this. And especially, like I said, now that things have heated up in regards to the death penalty, they're going to view everything moving forward to be concentrated, their efforts on trying to have that removed from the table.
All right. Thank you for the update on this ongoing development. Joshua Ritter, as always, we appreciate it. Thank you.